I believe that having an all-consuming crush is just a misplacement of energy. It's like this very excessive energy that is beautiful. And I want to share, like, sensitivity is not a problem. The way you see the world, the beauty you see in others is beautiful. And it's just a reflection of how deeply you feel, of how much beauty you have to offer to the world. But it's a misplacement of energy because we should never put other people on a pedestal. We should never, focus so much externally on other people that we forget about our self-worth. We forget about how much energy we should pour into ourselves. So what happened was that a while ago, I went through a heartbreak that was related to a crush, and I was writing poetry about it. And I became very proud of the poems I wrote in response to this situation because I realized, like, wow, look at how much depth I have. Look at how much beauty I can create through art. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dianachristine, and on my YouTube channel, I share the lessons I learn on my creative journey as a writer and a filmmaker, but I also talk about self-development and spirituality related topics because I believe that my artistic journey and my self-development journey are one. So I created this space for you if you're also a creative woman like me, or you're a creative person and you are also interested in becoming your best self. On this channel, we explore how creativity and self-development go together. And in today's video, I want us to get really comfortable. Like, I feel very cozy. I feel very comfortable right now. Please, take a seat because today's topic is a very juicy one. And this is about how to transmute crushes and longing into art. Trust me, I used to be someone who would get very attached to crushes, people I was dating, and I would be very affected. I would be kicking, screaming, crying, throwing up when something didn't work out because I realized that I was attaching my self-worth to other people's perception of me. And I made a mini ebook, and I'm making this video. We're gonna get into my mini ebook soon, but I decided that my sensitivity wasn't a problem and my depth of feeling wasn't a problem. But what was the problem was using external factors as a tell on how I should feel about myself, and also placing others on a pedestal and putting too much energy externally, because I believe that having an all-consuming crush is just a misplacement of energy. It's like this very excessive energy that is beautiful. And I want to share, like, sensitivity is not a problem. The way you see the world, the beauty you see in others is beautiful. And it's just a reflection of how deeply you feel, of how much beauty you have to offer to the world. But it's a misplacement of energy because we should never put other people on a pedestal. We should never, focus so much externally on other people that we forget about our self-worth. We forget about how much energy we should pour into ourselves. So what happened was that a while ago, I went through a heartbreak that was related to a crush, and I was writing poetry about it. And I became very proud of the poems I wrote in response to this situation because I realized, like, wow, look at how much depth I have. Look at how much beauty I can create through art. And what happened was I through my notes app, I looked through my Google Docs, and I realized I had other poetry that I had written about past crushes that didn't work out and the feelings I had toward these other people. And I had the idea to compile all of this creative writing into an ebook. And I also added in my advice about what I learned from all these past experiences. And I decided to take control of the narrative and have sovereignty over the situation and realize, like, I'm going to be responsible for myself and be responsible and realize, like, this isn't healthy toward me. This isn't helping me. But what I can do is not have shame over my depth of feeling, right? Like sometimes we feel connected to others, we feel connection with someone, and for me, I used to like harbor shame about it. And I realized like, no, there is a healthy way to release this energy, right? Because it's just this pent up energy that you can use as fuel for your art, whether it's a screenplay you create, maybe you write a song, maybe you make a film, right? Maybe you make a dance, whatever art form that you turn to and that you create. You have that sort of it's a reminder of how much beauty you have, and like it's also a kind of a funny reminder, like putting people on a pedestal doesn't make any sense, and it's like funny, and it's like, okay, wow, like I got so worked up about someone, but once you make something beautiful, you realize how much beauty you have, and you redirect the energy toward yourself, and you kind of get to this state of detachment, because that's so important when it comes to navigating our connections with others, right? Like detachment, letting people be, accepting people for who they are. And none of that can take place when you're in this obsessive state over someone else and obsessing over other people's actions and obsessing over what that says about you and your value as a person. So I have my mini ebook available on my Etsy shop, linked down below in the description box. My ebook is called How to Survive a Crush When You Feel Everything Deeply, for the romantics, the sensitive, and the ones who feel too much. I want to read some pages aloud for you from my introduction, because I think that they can really resonate with you and support you if you're going through, support you if you have a crush, right? And you just like are feeling so deeply about it and you don't know what to do with that energy, because trust me, I've been there. This writing collection is for the sensitive people who are too much. You feel things so deeply. You are emotional. Maybe you've wished you could be a nonchalant and muted version of yourself, the one who says the right thing and is just so effortlessly cool. I want to tell you that who you are is already enough. You have worlds inside you that are so brilliant and your own kind of genius. It might take some time to find the people who will appreciate that, but the wait will be worth it. You can always be the one person who sees yourself in your entirety, your beauty, your perspective, the good you see in others. I wish I had this sort of writing collection when I was younger, so I could see that my sensitivity is a gift. Writing pieces span the past recent years, from my teenagehood to my now adult self. I hope these words reflect your own intensity and inner world. I think what matters is what a crush teaches you, what you admire about the person, and what it reflects about your own desires and wants. The things we project on other people to make them our crush are really things we admire about ourselves, or are things we want to see in someone else. It gives us information. But most of all, I feel that expressing my crush in a safe, contained way has provided me with a collection of writing that I am proud of. Each crush taught me something about what I want in a partner and what my standards and boundaries are. I got over every person I wrote about in this ebook. Now I can look back at these people with no emotions. That's wisdom. When there's no resentment or bitterness or anything, just pure acceptance of someone's past role as my muse and pure acceptance of the fact that it didn't work out. I believe that funneling that energy into my writing is part of what made this acceptance possible. The emotion and experience of that crush lives on in the poetry now, not my psyche. The affection I feel towards others is a testament to my capacity for giving love and seeing the light in others, choosing to feel affection for someone despite the outcome. Allow yourself to feel the way you feel. Having a crush is this stupid, silly experience, but it is also a testament to your strength, imagination, perception, and capacity for caring. Imagine that instead of being ashamed for this capacity, you honored its depth. So those are a few pages from my mini ebook. Again, please let me know if any of this resonates with you, and have you had any experience where you had a big crush, or you were dating someone, or you really liked someone and you turned that feeling into art, and how did that feel for you? I'd love to hear all about it. And yeah, that brings me to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I do have my socials linked down below. I'm on Instagram, TikTok. I have a monthly newsletter on Substack. I really encourage you to connect with me on other platforms, and just, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you and connect with you. And I will also link my Etsy shop down below. I'm very excited about this offering, and I hope it helps. I hope that it makes someone who was struggling like me feel less crazy, feel less alone, and just have more pride over the beauty of how you see the world, and like have pride over how you romanticize life, right? You romanticize other people, and just remember that you have to redirect the energy when it gets too much. When you feel too much, that's when you have to redirect the energy toward your art, whether it's writing, journaling, coloring, you know, anything, drawing, working out, right? Anything like that you can pour that energy into will make it into something beautiful, into a beautiful creation, that now those intense energy and that intense emotion gets turned into something else, and you can like have it outside of you, right? So that you can feel peace, and you can process your feelings, you know, instead of having them all stuck in your body and stuck in your mind and overthinking. I think that making art from it is hopeful, and it's a healthy way to process everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.